to paint my molds. That's what I thought, Carlene. All right, let's see. Oopsie. I've been looking the other way. Okay. Let me see. Sorry. Okay. All right. Hey, my name is Maureen with His Girls Designs. Welcome to this episode of Craft from the Clock. And we're also welcome to my episode here where I'm going to be crafting today. I'm going to be making, giving a ricer. Let me show you what a ricer looks like. A ricer is this, something that is going to raise up your platform on a table or a surface. It has small legs. Now this one I purchased it at Michael's, at the store Michael's of crafting store, and it was completely plain. I purchased it, I think it was 75% off. It was the $10 and I purchased it for 75% off. So we're going to give this a beautiful French look, French country look. So if that is something that you're interested in, I know French country it's now a little bit, more in decorating. So if that's something that you want to look and see how something like that is done, stay tuned and stick around and make sure you give this a thumbs up and make sure that you subscribe so that you could see anything that's coming up. All right, so now I'm going to show you what we're doing here. So I already started and we have our friends. We're live also on Facebook with our friends here on Facebook. So I see that some of you starting to join in. Welcome. My name is Maureen from His Girls Designs, and I like to do handmade items, handmade home decorations, and that are easy and very budget friendly. So let's go ahead and take a look. I have some air dry clay. And let me show you what an air dry clay looks like. It's a clay that obviously is in the name. It dries not with an oven, but it dries with the air, with just leaving it out. I am going to be using this brand, which is that. And honestly, I've been researching all the brands right now and all the kinds of clay. And so I'm going to be ordering in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be ordering something different to try to just give it a try and see. Did you know that there's a clay that is made with paper? Yes, there's a clay that is made with paper. So with paper particles. So imagine that. So I want to try that. So here is my clay. I've been molding it. And I'm going to be using this kind of molds or cast. And here is one of them. I use the top one to make this one's right here. And now the last ones that I gotta make, I'm going to be making this two corner ones. Now I'm going to, before you start using, thank you for those that are joining in. Lots of you just jumped in, so just make sure that if you like homemade home decor, DIY home decor items, then this is your stop, and I hope you stick around for a while. I'm going to be using some cornstarch. I'm going to just dust it off. The cornstarch is going to help your clay to not stick. So it's going to take its shape, but it's not going to get stuck in there as you're trying to get it out. So I'm going to now start using that. Just gonna press down my air dry clay. And it's just like playing with Play-Doh. It just kind of leaves your hand a little dusty, but that's about it. Nothing that it comes very easily off your hands with soap and water. Now I'm pressing down and I'm pressing down with my fingers really well. And once I do that, then I start removing or pinching off a lot of whatever is the extra. Okay, I'm only going to do those top ones there. Now I'm using a little spatula. Or you could use a butter knife, same difference. This just to kind of get that whatever is sticking out from that mold, to kind of just remove it. And that way, all I have are the pieces that is going to come out, the shape that we're making. Okay. So now all of these pieces that I have here on my table, we're going to use them to give our ricer, our wooden ricer, a beautiful French country look. French country is it's very in right now. So if that is something that you like or interested in about, curious about, then I hope you stick around. Let's see who's here. Let's see. Hello. Ooh. It's a Chimey. Just want to make sure. And Pablo, how are you? Pablo Suarez, ¿cómo estás? Hello, hello. And let's see. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? So where are you watching from, Pablo? All right, so I'm going to be taking now the last two. Here it is, the last two top ones here. These are the last ones that I'm making. And I'm going to put them upside down, and I'm going to like gravity kind of make it fall. But I'm also going to now fold back as if you are removing it just like this. And look, watch, watch, watch. See how they fall easily? The same thing with the next one here. And I made two corner pieces, and they're beautiful. All right, so now I'm going to give myself some space here. And now we're going to get these out of the way. And I'm going to be painting. I think I'm going to go with Colleen. I'm going to be painting before gluing. Okay? Let's see. What clay did I use? Yeah, the air dry clay by DAS. DAS. Cindy, I noticed that you used a new one this week. I noticed that. I have never seen that one. All right, so let's go ahead and get painting. And now, I'm going to be using these two paints in here. Both are from Folk Art. And this one is Cottage White. And this one is Light Blue. Now, the light blue was kind of dry. Got a little bit dry. So I'm going to try to get it out. I'm going to use my plate to kind of just make sure that I get the right coloring, and then I'm going to just fan myself. Woohoo! All right, listen, it's menopause, okay? Sorry, giving you TMI here, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm old. I'm gonna get my bigger brush here, but I'm also going to get something to start mixing my paints. I'm going to get my light blue one. It was a beautiful paint to use. And we're going to kind of just paint it, pretty much all of it with this. And I'm going to paint, I'm thinking of painting the legs a little bit different color. Not sure yet. I think I'm going to leave the legs for another time. I'm going to start by painting it, going in the same direction of the wood grain. Now, because this is wood, the paint is going to get absorbed. Remember, it's kind of raw wood, so the pores of the wood are open, and they're going to suck up all the paint. That's pretty much what we're doing here. So I'm going to do this. Now that I went in the same direction of my grain, my wood grain, before I move on, I'm going to go ahead and start painting these edges. There we go. And how's your Thursday going? How's your week going, guys? It's been a long week for me. You guys, we've been getting the summer storms. I'm here in Florida, and let's see who else is here. Take the King. Say hi, hi, hi. Hola, hola. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? So I'm here in Florida, and now we're in full, obviously, summer mode, and we get this, afternoon storms. Y'all, it takes me forever to get home. Oh, something that should take me 30 minutes. It doubles it now. It takes a full hour. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go on the opposite direction. So just go ahead and do that gently. Just back and forth. Just all I'm trying to do is to make sure that on every little crevice that's open, that I get some paint. Now, before I move on, I'm going to dry it slightly. And then we're going to add some white paint to it. I love how the look of, once this gets the crisscross of the paint, it's great. It gives it kind of like a little bit of a linen, the textile linen. It gives it a little bit of a look. Who else is here? Say hi. Let me know. Say hola, hola. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Maureen. And if this is your first time watching, welcome, welcome. Make sure that you give it a thumbs up and that you subscribe before you leave. I do lots of handmade home decor items. So I hope you guys too stick it around. All right, with the same brush now, I'm going to come back with my white, and I'm going to focus on the white, just pretty much mostly in the middle. So I'm going to take my, and this is my cottage white. And I'm not going to take too much with my brush. I'm just going to kind of just dip it just a little bit. And I'm going to just focus here, right in the middle. Hope you guys get to see this well. And the reason why, hold on a second, I don't know what I'm doing. The surface underneath there. And the reason why is because once I start adding all of the casts that we made, the moldings that we made, and we start adding the wax in around, it's gonna take a different colors. And so I kind of wanted to look more of an even color. So I'm only focusing my white just right here in the middle, not really going on the edges. Okay, I'm gonna take the same brush now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and brush just a little bit on the legs with whatever is still on my brush. That basically light blue mixed with the white paint, that's all I'm brushing. Love this color. And now once we add, we're going to be adding some wax into it, so you'll see it's going to come out even. Then once we hit it with the wax, it's going to then turn different. We'll get different shadings. Anything else? Okay, so that's good. Now I'm going to dry it up. Amber alert. Hold on. Settings. Okay. Okay, sorry guys. We have an amber alert. I'm hot. I'm hot. And not the shh, I'm hot. No, I'm hot. All right. So now that we got this, the paint on, just the way I like it, I think this is how it looks. Notice that I'm not sure if the camera will give you more of the lighted look on the in the middle, but that's what it has. The clay will last. You mean once it's opened? Once it's open, it could last you a good month, Kathleen. A good month opened. Now I do add, not sure if you could see it, but thanks for the question. Not sure if you could see it, but I have this paper, and I add a little bit of wet paper. Thank you for those that are coming in. How are you? But I add a little bit of water to dampen my paper. Don't soak the paper, just dampen it, and then stick it in the bag. Now I don't stick it directly to the clay. I don't stick the paper directly to touch the clay, because if you're touching the clay, the wet paper is going to make your clay create a little bit of mold. You don't want that. You just want it to kind of like reserve or add the moisture that was taken out once it was opened. Because remember, the whole idea is an air dry clay. So the minute that it's opened, it's going to start drying. But the moisture, the little trick of the paper towel, the damp paper towel inside, is going to keep that moisture inside. Make sure that you put it in an airtight bag or container. Sometimes I even double bag it just to make sure that it sticks around. All right, so I'm going to just let it be, because I don't want to cook my paint. The idea is not to cook the paint. The idea is just to kind of dry it. So I'm going to let it be now. And before I add my cast, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take a little bit of my sanding block here. And do I not have another one? I think that one, you know, sometimes my sanding block gets dirty. And I don't like that. I'm going to go ahead and just take a little piece here. And I'm going to try to go and try to smooth this around. And the reason why it kind of gets a little bit of that just painted look away. But not only that, but once you add your clay, your wax, the wax is going to be able to even adhere even better, because now it has like a rough surface to adhere to. So now here is done. I'm going to start adding now my pieces. And for this, I'm going to use my wood glue. I'm gonna get it out. And now it doesn't want to go in, so I'm gonna force it in. So here's my wood glue. I'm going to use the Titebond. There. Sometimes I have to fight with these people to open up. All right, so I'm going to use my wood glue. I'm gonna go ahead and use my plate here. My little fan. I'm gonna put my wood glue on the side. And that's because I don't want a lot of glue onto here to be seeping out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a synthetic brush here. And synthetic brush is because the hairs on a natural, in a natural hair brush, once you add it to glue, it becomes very difficult many times to take off, yeah. So I'm going to just use a synthetic one. And I'm going to start by doing my corner ones. And I'm just going to just brush my glue onto that. Make sure that I'm not over gluing. And I'm going to add those to the ends. Hope you guys can see that well. These are the last ones. Now remember, these molds are going to take a full 24 hours to dry. So as you're gluing them, be very gentle, because you're still, if you press on your molds too harsh, you're going to change the shape of them. So be very gentle as you are adding your glue and as you're touching them right now while they still haven't cured. Okay. So that looks good there. Now over here in between, I'm going to take one of my long ones and I'm going to go ahead and add my glue very gently. And we're going to put that in here in between these two. What I'm trying to create is as if I'm going to be creating a little bit of a frame. So I'm going to come here, and wherever I notice, where's my little spatula, that I need to cut, then I will just do that. Just trying to make sure that I'm not stretching, that I'm just gently applying. And it looks like there. There. And at this point, you just got to make sure that you kind of make it, keep it straight. There. So this is what I got thus far. Okay. I'm going to come back and we're going to do the same thing on the opposite ends, on the two sides. Adding my glue, and again I'm using some Titebond, which is just regular wood glue. You could use any of the wood glue. As a matter of fact, you know, go for whatever you have around or whatever may be the most accessible to you or your budget. Okay. So I'm gonna go put them the same thing over on each side. And that is the frame. We're gonna be just making a frame onto my riser, which is what I'm creating. I am creating a riser, and I'm still hot, so I don't know. Now I lost anything to fan myself with. Oh, the fan is over there, but I don't like to put it too close to the camera, because then all you guys are gonna hear is that fanning buzz. So I was gonna get myself. There's those portable little air conditioners you put next to you. I was gonna get me one of those. I'll order it if I have to remember it to order it this week. You all try to send me a message so I could order it this week. I'm gonna order that. And it's Father's Day weekend, you guys. Father's Day weekend. Sounds like there's gonna be lots of barbecuing. Okay, now we're ready to start working on this side, which is the front. And I'm like positioning this. Hold on, there you go. Now, which is going to be what I'm considering to be my front. So the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to get, this one is a little bit more gentle. My little scrollies. And guys, I have a Spanish tongue, not a French tongue. So forgive me if I don't get the words for this correct. Something broke. Yo hablo español, no hablo francés. I don't speak French, so forgive me. I may not get that. Is it a fruit-a-lee, something like that? Don't look for the French accent, because there's none. None. Nada. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring it, and that little piece kind of broke. So I'm gonna make sure that I position that. I'm going to stand up for that one. It's very important to me. This is how I measure things, honestly, with my fingers. Is it fruit-a-lee, something like that? I don't know. This was the one, the piece that fell. So I'm gonna make sure that it is, that I attach it. There. All right, so how are we doing now? Okay, I'm going to add the other ones over on the other side. I'm going to see, I make big ones and smaller ones to try to see which one will fit them best. And that looks like it fits perfectly there. What do you think? Yay, nay? Give it a thumbs up if you think. This one broke, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue the top one, the biggest one first. Tell you, these pieces are very, very gentle, very fragile. Make sure that before you guys leave, if you're watching me for the first time, that you press that subscribe button. All right, I hope that I did it correctly, because it's broken and I'm trying to figure out which way it goes. I'm running out of glue. My glue is drying up. So I'm gonna put a little bit more there. Okay, so my piece is going to go here. And yes, we're gonna have to wash our hands really well after this. So now there is still like a little disconnection between this one and that one. I have some of the pieces here that I may be able to join to kind of make one full piece. So we'll see. Oh, I'm feeling the fan now that I'm standing. I just have to do the whole life standing. Okay, this one also broke a little bit there. So I just got to be sure that both of them, that I make sure that I'm looking at the other one that I just laid down so that I could position this one correctly. So it looks like I did it this way. And then I put this one here. Yeah, it's a little bit of breakage there, which I don't like that. Nothing I could do at this point. Okay, now it looks like, if you notice, there are some pieces missing, kind of like a little disconnect over here. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take little pieces from the other one. I'm going to try to just cut just a little scroll piece here, and I try to see if I could kind of make it, kind of link it together. Let's see. And that's just going to help me hide away a little bit of the pieces that kind of broke off. So let's see if I could do this. There. Now let's go the other side, and we'll do the same with this one. Good thing we had some extra ones. Just gotta fill in the gap. And forgive me that I'm not looking at anything you may be saying right now. Try to go through them. All right, ready? I'm going to try to figure it out. Oh, there. That looks like it goes together there. And that looks like it kind of covers a little bit of the imperfections here. So it looks like this one still has a little bit of breakage there. So I'm just looking for it to kind of look not like a Mod Podge sort of stuff, like a mixed match, kind of like we don't want to make like Frankenstein's monster here, but we do want to make sure that it looks, you know, cohesive, that it looks like a one full piece. And now I'm happy with that. I really am. So let's take a look. Let me show you. This is what we have thus far. Okay. Now, because this is an air dry clay, listen to me here. This part is important. Because it's an air dry clay, I am not going to dry it with my heating tool. This is my heating tool. It's like a heating gun. I'm not going to hit it with this. I'm just gonna let it be, because the more I start using my heat gun, my heating tool, it's going to crack my clay. Remember, this clay is going to crack according to how much moisture or how quickly the moisture leaves. So the faster that that it leaves, then it starts cracking. So you just gotta be careful with that. Don't be too quick to dry. The same paint that I'm going to use that I have on my plate, I'm going to just give it a little bit of moisture, moist it up with a little bit of water. And I'm going to go ahead and use the same paint, revive it, and I'm going to use that to kind of spread it around. Now, why am I using it watered down? And that is because then it makes my paint extra flowy, and that way I'm not really destroying a lot of my clay that's already positioned here. Thank you so much for those that are coming in and out. My name is Lorraine from His Girls Designs, and I'm always hot anyways. But I love doing handmade home decor items. So I hope you stick around. Please give me a thumbs up. It just helps my algorithm. And if you subscribe, it will make you may make my day. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna give it one more time. There. So I'm just gonna make it like a loose paint. And I'm going to brush it very gently. Very, very gently. Over my clay. And now guys, I'm going over, and that's because I know that I was the last one. There was nobody else in the schedule after me. So I'm just going to just stick around and finish this up, because the next time that I'll be live here on Facebook will probably be next week. So I just kind of want to finish this and not leave this hanging. If you have to leave, I will show a picture or you could come back and look at the video on YouTube. And that is because Facebook, remember, Facebook 30 days, they're going to be saying goodbye to our videos. Okay, so notice that, see how quickly it went once the paint was nice and watery? Now guess what happens? This watered down paint is making the clay really happy because it's restoring the moisture back into the clay. So it's going to kind of help our paint not to crack so quickly or so much because you're adding all the moisture back into your clay. And I'll get up and try to make sure that I paint little crevices. I don't want to miss them. I'm using something that's called chippy brush, and that is has lots of, looks like a raggedy old brush. And this is how it comes, believe it or not. But it's very smooth. It has long bristles, so we're not disturbing our little molds here. Yeah, just want to make them happy and let them be. Okay, brush off. I think there's a little piece there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just run it back and forth just to kind of marry everything up. Just make sure that get it on every side, on every angle. And there. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and marry all of the colors there together so everything is cohesive. There we go. All right, now this, we did its job. So I'm gonna put it on the side, and this is what we have thus far. Okay. Now, at this point, I am going to introduce my heating tool. And that is because I'm okay now, because we already added that water. We already added the moisture back into the clay. So it kind of helps it to not crack. Remember that the clay, as it dries, it's going to shrink a little bit, so don't forget that. And I think I missed a little tiny piece there. So I hit that. See, I look at it from different angles. That way, we know what we're doing. We know when we're missing little pieces. I'm gonna turn it this way, just because I want to make sure that I got the paint. I see some missing here in every piece, so I want to make sure that everything stays blue. Okay, notice that I'm moving my heat tool. I'm just moving it around, not leaving it set in one place. Just moving it around. Remember, we want to dry it, not burn it. Okay, so now that it's kind of there, I'm gonna stop, and I'm going to come back with another little brush. And this time we're gonna hit it with a little bit of wax. This is my Behr's Antique Brown Behr wax, and this is, you can use it on furniture, and you can use it on many things. Thanks Steps with Creative Craft and Gift Solutions. Carlene, thank you so much. So pretty, she says. So let's see, Kelly, the right top of the straight mold is missing some paint. Did I hit it now that I did it? I see it. Thank you. I do see it. Thank you so much, friends, for looking out. Thank you for looking out, you guys. Yay, I think we did it. Okay, let me go ahead and do that one more time. So we're gonna be hitting it with a little bit of this wax. We're going to use a smaller chippy brush, and that is so that we could get into all the little crevices on there. Those of you, I should come in and you stick around. My name is Maureen. We're doing a riser right now, and we're taking it from a plain old Sally to a beautiful country, giving like a country, French country flair. So everything that's on here we have made live and painted it. So all of that is, we have done it right before your eyes. So now I'm going to come back and I'm going to get my wax. I'm going to saturate my brush. And as I do that, I'm not going to take off whatever I have, so much of it, and I'm going to try to hit it just so gently. And I'm going to bring you a little bit further in so you guys can see this really well. So forgive me if I move you around. It's gonna bring you guys in just so you guys can see this. Make sure my fingers are stuck, half glued. Oh goodness, hold on. Okay, now we got it. Okay, so I'm gonna come back. I'm going to continue getting the wax that's on here, and I'm going to touch it, just dabbing it very so slightly. And as you do that, all of a sudden we're going to reveal all of those hidden details. It's like right before our eyes. It's like now you see it, now you don't see it, now you do. Same thing here. And I'm just really very gently touching it. Very good. There we go. And now we are starting to look at that. Look at that beauty, how it appears. And this point is up to you. How much do you want to keep on getting those details to show? Just be gentle and come and do it and flip it around and just hit it from different sides. Now I'm going to go ahead and come to my corners, and I'm going to try to just give it a little bit of color shades, shading, and all of a sudden it makes it from a brand new item to something that has been, you know, gifted to you, and it's been in your family, and it's a family heirloom, and it's going to be in your family from generations to generations to come. And that's all we're doing. We're giving it a little bit of a vintage look. Now, here's the top of this. And I'm going to just brush it back and forth. And notice that all of a sudden it gives it kind of like a little bit of a, kind of like a used look that has been, looks like it has not, you know, it's just not, we don't want it to look like it was just purchased. Like it was just made. You want it to look, if we're going to for a little bit of a French country, maybe it's going to be a little bit of loved. There. I'm going to go a little bit more heavy on my edges, because you know when you're handling a little stool, a little ricer, that's where it tends to get a little bit dirty. Well, that's the end of that. Oh, dear Lord. Guys, still here. Well, we wanted it to look vintage. You guys, the molding did not, it just, God is so good, you guys. And you know what? I'm going to lift this side up. Do you all remember what I have here? I have one more. You guys, you wait. Holy smokes. Father, you're good. Wow. Wow. Well, you got 2 lessons in one. In a show. In a show as you were as we went through this. You got to see the good and bad and the ugly of DIYing. And thus is the reason why all of the handmade items, they're not the same. And because nothing is perfect. Because we dropped them. Okay. Y'all, hold on. This is some fanning. Never. Did I have ever told you that I have butterfingers? Yes. You know, the Lord knows what we need even before we need it. I mean, somehow I had made that extra piece. I don't know why, but it worked out. So all we're going to do is just kind of come back, give it a little bit of paint, a little bit of love, and the same thing is going to happen. And I'm going to leave it here. I'm not going to lift it up for you guys, so forgive me. But all I'm going to do is that I'm going to let it be. I'm not going to risk it again. I'm going to let it be. But you know, goodness, God is so good. He knows what we need even before we need it. He knew that I needed that extra piece, so I made that extra piece. This one is like a little bit off. But it is, I can't do anything about it. This is what it is. There. There. Okay. Well, you all gonna have to see the finished product at a later date. So I'm gonna let this dry. I'm not gonna risk it again. I'm gonna let it dry. And all I was missing, as perhaps I could show you in the part that I haven't touched with paint, I was gonna get a little bit of my white wax. If I could find it. The black, and we don't need black. Is this one the white? Yes, this is the white one. I'm going to get a little bit of my white one. And I'm just gonna go, hold on. Gently dust it off. But as you could see, then all of a sudden it gives it extra dimension. we get some extra kind of like contouring and highlighting on your face. Basically, that is all that we're doing. Did you like the show? Okay. So I'm going to leave it here because everything else, I'm not sure if I touched it already. So things are still drying at a different time. So I'm going to let it be for now. But this is what I was going to bring you today. And I hope you liked it, and I hope you enjoyed the show. And now you can see how to drop your molds and still be able to salvage them. Oh dear Lord. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. Listen, just laugh. Just laugh it off because, because life is short. So, and this is just a handmade item to enjoy. So, thank you so much. I hope you guys, I can't believe you're still here, but thank you. I'm going to let it be, honestly. I'm going to let it be. I'm going to let it dry. And then I will take pictures so you guys can see the finished product. But thank you so much, and thank you for the encouragement and the love. Thank you so much, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the show, and make sure that you click subscribe before you leave. Please do so, and give it a thumbs up. Same thing here. Hope you enjoy tomorrow, Craft from the Clock, good from Friday, when it comes to the Dollar Tree supplies. Great idea. Thank you, great save. It sure was, wasn't it? It was a good one. See you. All right, may God bless you. May God keep you. Make his face shine upon you. May God grant you his peace. Love you. This at a heart. Yeah, love you so much, you guys. And have a great Friday, great end of your week. And remember, keep Israel in your prayers. All right. Have a good night, you guys. Adios. That's time. Time.